Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, hi and welcome, and thank you for joining us. Today we are going to try to get our signatures sewn into our journal and hopefully get some pockets placed in it as far as we can in this hour's worth of work today. I hope everybody's doing good and y'all are hanging in there. And I just wanted to say again, this journal is from Lynn Art Studio on Etsy. And when I was looking for bee ephemera and bee journal pages, I just punched in bee journal, bee pages, backgrounds, ephemera, junk journal. And this is what came up in some of my searches. And I just picked out some pretty bee ephemera and bee journals. And Lynn Art Studio had a couple that was real pretty. The last journal that we just did, the Queen Bee, it was Lynn Art Studio as well. And this one had enough papers with it, you didn't have to add any, but it did have two pretty signature pages that I thought that would be great to have a double signature in it, so that's what I did. And again, Lynn Art Studio. And it was $1.10 when I got it, which their most of their items in their shop is fairly around $1 or so. Most of the items in that shop. All right, so this is my second signature. Let's get the pages put together before I fold up the first signature and get them all confused. Let's go on ahead and do that. And I just added in the coffee dye pages. Okay, so I got me some big paper clips while I was at the Hobby Lobby this weekend, because remember I needed some of them last time because my journal cover did not quite meet my journal pages. So I said while I was up there this weekend, I just grabbed me a pack of them. And I just got multicolored just because, you know, it's pretty. Okay, so that is that one. So now let's fold this one up. And I've got a template for my pages made, and I'm just going to try to gauge about where I want them. Did not make a template for the spine. I may wish I had, but I think as long as I got the template for the pages, I think I can do the placement and line them up pretty good without having to do a whole spine template. It's most of the time when you do a multi-signature journal, you kind of want to have your template, poke the hole in the spine, then have your template for your pages. So I just did the one for the pages. So we hope, or I hope, that that is going to be sufficient. I've had a pretty decent day today. I worked today. It wasn't too bad. It was the day before all the deliveries come. So tomorrow night I'll probably work to death. So I was aching a little bit today because it was rainy in our area. It has thundered and lightning since 3 o'clock this afternoon. And it rained for about a good hour or two. But then it's thundered and lightning off and on all evening. And it was still thundering a little bit ago. I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and shoot my video, just in case it gets bad. I don't think it's supposed to get bad over the nighttime. I think the worst part's done past us, I hope. just going to do this to hold my pages together. It's a little easier for me to have my pages all held together where I don't have to try to wrangle them and fight with them. Okay, and that is my first signature. So now, I'm going to get this out of the way. Get our book over here. Okay. Yeah, that's the first one. And what I'm going to do is, I made the template where it is the size of the pages, just the height of the pages. So now what I'm wanting to do is I want to have a good little bit in the front and the back. I'm just going to eyeball these up. And I hope, I may not poke all the way through. Ow. Well, that hurt. Yeah, that hurt quite a bit. So what I'm doing is trying to poke into my pages all, and then poke through the book. Or the spine. This one here, I may go ahead and try to get them through there. That's not going to work. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. Wow, that really hurt my finger, y'all. Okay, is that even going to be evened up? I don't think that's going to be evened up. Yeah, it is. Okay. Try my best not to tear it up while I'm doing this. Yeah, that's pretty straight right there, I do believe, honey bunny. Now, where was my hole at here? See, that quick it done closed up on me. So now I'm going to line this hole up right here. And that hole up. And there we go. Alright, so let's get this one in there. I don't know what happened. It slipped plumb down and it stuck my finger in the desk and everything. It hurt. Alright, so I'm going to try to get this one here done before that bottom end closes up on me down here. Because it is through the lace and everything. Shoot, that was the easiest one. Yeah, that was the easiest one right there. Did y'all see that? It went straight on in there. Now, I know most of the time this looks really wonky as we're sewing here. Alright, let's not poke the thread. Just trying my best not to poke that thread right there, because if I poke the thread, it ain't going to tighten it. you see where I got my thread there? It's looped up and loose. So now I'm just going to pull that really tight. Oh yeah, that's got it right there, buddy. Make sure there's no loose thread underneath it. That's pretty daggum even, if I do say so myself. I'm just going to tie a bow on these right here for right now. And then we'll put charms and stuff on them here in a minute. In a little bit. Alright, so now got that one done. Now I need to get the other one done. Just gonna lay this flat. And I'm gonna pin it to the front flap cover. So I can line it up and then get my other signatures sewn in. Alright. So I want to put this one kind of about right here. And I know that's going to be a good little gap here. And I'm fine with that. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to lay this flat, lined up with this. The pages top and bottom lined up the best that I can get them. Then I'm going to put my template on here and do just like I done that other one. Poke holes in it like that. Make sure that these stay lined up so that they're even. Okay, I'm going to move this. See right there's that hole. So I'm going to poke it on through. Why do I lose the middle hole? What is up with that? I've lost the middle hole both times there. And I think that's plumb crooked, ain't it? Yeah, that looks plumb crooked to me. Alright, so there's that one. That one there is plumb all the way through. So let's line it up with that one first. Make it straight. So I know my holes in my paper's fine. I just need to make sure my holes in my spine's fine. And see, that was off, wasn't it? I thought so. Yeah, that lines up good out here. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was a wee bit off. These down and poke holes through them just to get that needle head through there, because it is not exactly through it. Okay. Double checking to make sure I got my signature upright. I just looked. Alrighty. you see what I'm saying? That's going to be, well, it's about right. I hope it is. We're going to put this in here, and then I'm going to try to tighten it up and see if the papers line up on the inside. And that yellow on yellow is messing with me. I can't see. Oh my goodness, get in there. What are you doing? Good Lord. Okay, so let me get this thing taut here. Yeah, that's taut. And that is exactly where we need it. It's evened up on both sides. Thank goodness. Whew. And I thought I was going to have to sit here and just do a whole spine template for this. Which, you know, I should have, but I thought, you know, it's like, it's just two. Maybe, surely to goodness, I can get two of them lined up without having to do the template for the whole spine and then the page template. As long as I got the page template, I should be pretty good. You know, that was my thinking. And luckily, it worked out for me. Yeah, see? Yeah, that's good. So now we got our signatures in there. Ooh, I love that. That looks pretty, don't it? I was worried about the black because it's got blue, and I didn't have a big, wide blue lace. But I said, I think that's going to work. And I see what I was saying about gluing it down the middle because it needed it. All right, so now we got our signature in. We got plenty of room to shove this sucker full. It's a flexible cover. I like that. I need a bunch of cereal boxes. That's what I need. Whole bunch of cereal boxes. Sorry, cereal boxes. And put that template up because it is 2 1/4 by 8 1/2. So I save all my templates and put them in here. Because when I was looking, I was like, oh, I got a 3 inch, a 2 1/2 inch. I don't have 2 1/4. No, I got 3 1/2 inch. Had every single one, but the, you know, the size I needed. So I got put these up. I started to put them in my journal building kit, but I was like, I'll probably use them for more things than just journal building, so I'm going to leave them over here to my side table. Alright. So it should be good. Put my pokey mat up. And I'm going to wait till we get our journal insides done before I do this. And I am going to do this, Miss Betty. Like you said, I think it's going to be better there. Then I don't have to worry about the beads, you know, being stressed and pop off of it. So I think that's what I am going to do. Thank you, Miss Betty, for the input. All right, so now, this kit that I got from My Porch Prints is the Summer Bee Large Fussy Cut Tags. So that's what this kit here is. So I got that this past weekend. And the bits and bobs pieces that I'm using out of it I'm wanting to use as these. I'm wanting to use these and put them on here as like the tucks. Oh, I think that is going to be beautiful. Love it. And then all these other fussy cut pieces, like that would be good as a tuck spot as well. I mean, you see what I'm saying? You can't go wrong. You just cannot go wrong. And I didn't print on the back of them. So I'm thinking I will use some of these as well as tuck spots. But I don't know how many I want to use. So, and look, that's a beehive hush. I mean, really? Come on. And that, I mean, just beautiful. Alright, so I'm going to put all these pieces over here that aren't, and look, here's just a bee. Look at him. And look at this. How pretty is that? I mean, look. Just shut up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and get all of the stained glass window looking ones first. And we're going to divvy those up in between the two sections, okay? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And look, there's a side tuck, honey. I mean, we just got a bunch. And that in squares, that's fun. It's one of those. And then we have these here. And then look, there's another bee. So we can use those front and back. And theirs is a square, and then theirs is a square. Front and back, and there's another circle. That is actually a tag. This is like a little tag dangle. You see that? It's got a hole right here. So with dangle. And then you have this. And then look, honey. There's honeycombs and stuff. Alright, I'm going to put all of that over here. And then look, you have these. And those. And that's a little stick thing. And these pieces here. And look, there's another bee. With the florals and stuff. And here's another thing of honey. I mean, this is going to work with this, y'all. I mean, it's going to be beautiful. So these here, and that's a tag. Oh, that needs to go over here. This, I don't know really what to do with them. But any of these have a hole in it, that's a tag. That could be a side tuck. And there's honey. There's another bee. It looks like it's a bee on a stick, but he's flying. It's just the trail behind him. And then we start over again. So I'm going to put all these over here. That's real pretty. That would be pretty in a lavender journal too. I got lavender journals that I never did make. So I'm just putting, you know, alright, that's the tag bit. Just the tuck places over here for now. Anything that I could use as a tuck spot, basically. Alright, now where the heck? So I did like 2 kits of the same fussy cuts. There we are. Okay, so we got those. That we could use that. These are great for fussy cuts, and the bees. That is, it's like a tag, so we could use that as a tag. I would love to use these bits as tuck spots. Put all of that right there. Yeah, See, beautiful tuck spots. I'm trying to pull out the tuck in and the tag pieces. So there's another circle that would go. Alright, so I think that's what we got. That would be real pretty. Yeah, any of these bits and pieces that would be, that's going to be a tag. That would be hard to use on anything else, you know, put it on a big journal card or what have you. But for now, I'm trying to get tuck spots. Okay. So we'll set this off to the side right here for now. These are going to be like journal card taggy bits, so that needs to go separate. These we can decorate tags or belly bands with these bits. Belly bands with those. Okay. Alright. These I'm thinking we can use as tuck spots. One in the front journal, one in the back, one in the front, one in the back. Okay. Alright, so this is the front signature, back signature is what I'm doing now. We're just going to do that. Front signature, back signature, front, back. Front and back, front and back, front and back, front and back. Okay. Now we can it's awful small to make a tuck spot. These will be fine as tuck spots. But we have other things to make tuck spots out of. I want these. These I think I'm going to save and use these on some tags or something like that. And, you know, dress them up. So we'll put that over here. Alright. So now. Okay. So now I have not decided what I want to do. Let's see, like I'm saying, any of this type of stuff like this that's like, you know, a real like fussy cut, we can put on journal cards and use them. And then, or we could use these. I would love to use these as tuck spots. And then, you know, you have this. Yeah, that would make a good tuck spot. And then that would dress up a journal card. Yeah. I don't know. I'm undecided. Undecided. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 10 for the front signature and 10 for the back signature. This is going to be tucks now. And I need, all right, let's write this stuff down so we don't forget. All right, 10 pockets, tucks. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's belly bands. Sorry. That's going to be 8 per signature. So we need a total of 16 pockets and tucks. And then we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 belly bands because I want to put belly bands on these, and that's what I'm going to use that stuff for. 4 belly bands. So then that's going to be 32 tags or journal cards. And then you're going to need 4, we're going to put, quote, big cards, big journal cards to go into belly bands. Well, that's a lot. That's a bit, but we got it. We got this. Okay. All right, so now let's start off. Now, see, that could be a small belly band, and you put it, you know, like one of these little, you could put it on the page and put one of these journal cards through it, and that could count. And I like that, actually. But I don't know if that's what I'm going to do, because, see, this is the signatures here. And then we have all of these smaller bits, and I got bumblebees and everything else that, you know, we could dress that up with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking this could be, you know, like a tuck on the side of a page. You know. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm thinking. All right, so that being said, this here, so I go put that there. Put that one there. Put that one there. Then I'm going to put this one here. And that is the front side of the first signature done. Okay. So then we have this one here. Oh, that's going to be pretty there, ain't it? Put that one there. Oh, get over there. Then we have this one here. I think we're going to have enough of these where we may not. Shut up, look. Yes. All right. Heck yeah. I'm happy with that. Because I want plenty of writing room, you know, and this is decorative over here, you know. So I put in, you know, the tea dye that kind of goes with it pretty good. So then, you know, you have, I'm leaving those alone for the writing pages. You know what I'm saying? All right, so now what did I put over here in the front? It don't matter. Put it where I want to. How about that? So I'm going to start with the center of the Sackett journal. Sackett signature, I'm sorry. And we're just going to go backwards. And put that there. This one here, oh, that's going to be so pretty. That really looks good with that. Put that there. We'll put this one here. Oh, there's 2 of you. There we go. So that is the first half of the Sackett signature. So then we're going to go this a ways. I'm going to put, well, that's kind of got the peak at the top. So I'm going to put that there. I'll ink around it so it stands out, you know. So put that there. Put this here. Oh, that's so pretty. I love that. That stained glass. I was like, oh, heck yeah, I need that. But see, look, I want that across from there. You see what I'm saying? That's why I pulled in some of the pinks, because it has that. I think it is going to be awesome. Just awesome. And then there is the last tuck. Heck yes, y'all. shut up. So then we have all these bits and pieces that we can play with. So like this, we can make journal cards out of those. You know, like, or a tag. Those would be good on tags. That's a journal card piece. We could do tags with that. And these are journal cards in their self. You know what I'm saying? And then that is supposed to be a tag. That could dress up a journal card, dress up a journal card, dress up a journal card, play dress up. And then I'm thinking, you know, like some of these bits and pieces here, I'm going to make, a few journal cards with. And like that could be a tuck. That could be a tuck. All of these square pieces could be tucks and journal cards in here. You know what I'm saying? You know, like that could be glued on a page, and you could take one of these journal cards and just put behind it. But we're going to use that to dress up journal cards. All of these bits here. And then that's another tuck if we needed it right there. So that could just be a tuck in itself. But yeah. Alright. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 journal cards right here that we're going to make out of book page. You may not even have to use this right here. So we'll put them back up for right now. And that's one of everything right there. So that's 13 journal cards to be made. That's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oopsie. To be 19. So that'd be 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, oh come on, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Then you have these dangling off of something. So that right there is 42 tags and journal cards. You know what I mean? So yeah, we got our bits and pieces. This needs to be inked. These need to have toppers on them. Those are already ready to go. That one, that, and that. These need toppers on them. That needs, all of this needs to be inked. And that is not even getting into making the belly bands. So, I mean, you know, we got our ephemera here. That's already inked and ready to go. So, yeah. Okay, all of this, that's ready. This needs to be inked. That needs to be inked with toppers. This needs to be put on journal cards. And I don't really need to do journal cards because look at here. We can cut these up, make our journal cards out of these because guess what? I done got yellow print on the back of them. Sure enough, do. Look, see. Oh, I'm tickling myself right now. I'm like, shut up, girl. It's coming together. I was so worried about this blue bits with this journal, y'all. You don't even know. I was just like, that is not going to happen. That is not going to look good. But yeah, so here, look at there. So I'm going to take this and cut it in half at 6 and probably at like 5 because I want to have room to so you can see the background, you know what I mean? And then we can have some little bitty tags here that we can put these little bitty stubs on like that. Yes, ma'am. Plan of action. We got a plan of action, y'all. We know what we're doing. Supposedly. Alright, and then I got these pieces here. I'm going to do these little tags here. I'll put ink them and put toppers on those because that kind of goes with that. And we have these coin bits here. And see, and I haven't even gotten to my Fussy Cut bee bits. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, yes. We are set. And then, like I said, I printed off this, now it was a Seamless Patterns 20, and it's Busy Bee by, what is that? Depiction Designs. And I printed some of these front and back because I was like, shoot, that'd make a cute little journal in itself. And then I left these pieces here, you know, where we could make journal cards and tags and stuff out of. So yeah, I was prepared. So there's a hole in there, so I could take that and make that into a journal card in itself and put it in here. And then it had that. There's the blue ones with the flowers. I was like, shoot, yeah, that's gonna work. And there's the honeycombs. Yeah, I got more than enough here. So then I'll take the bits that I printed front and back out of this and put it together and make me another journal. Not right now, but I'll get it up. Put all my bee stuff up after we get this one done. I think I'm gonna move over to and I got these little bits here. I think I'm gonna save those. That would be cute to save to put with that other stuff. So we're gonna save all of these bits. Yeah, see, I didn't even use none of this. This is a tag set. 40 tags. Vintage Bee tags. And that was from Tukey Designs. They're real pretty with the blues and the pinks and stuff. I like this kit here. I think it kind of goes with the way that this kit's made. This here, I mean, it's pretty too. And I think some of the tags and stuff would match it. Yeah, seeing, you know, like colorways wise, it's more kind of a green. And then I was going for like, you know, like the blues, you know what I mean? We may pull some of it out and use it, we may not. But I think I'm going to be happy with using these blue floral backgrounds here. And if I need anything else, we'll pull from this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we will though. Then I have the Lullaby Lullabill stamps. You can use some of those in journal kits. Oh yes, and then we have the Vintage Bee and Honey ephemera. Who was that by? I forgot. Oh, where'd the paper go? Patina Printables. Yeah. And that's the Bee Fussy Cuts by Carolyn Musin, I think is who that was from. Y'all, I don't think that ink's ever going to come off my finger right there. Yeah, Carolyn Musin. the Bee Fussy Cuts and ephemera bits to dress up pockets and stuff. So yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. Steel that we can make all kinds of stuff out of. But I think that's gonna do it. Alright, so I'm gonna get off of here for today. And look. Now how cute is this right here gonna be? Where did it go? Put a bee on that. Or put you a honeycomb thing on it. These I probably wouldn't put nothing on the front of that. I'd just make that a journal card and let it go. But some of these, it's a little busier for the eye. I'd put, you know, like that. See what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm just trying to work through some of my scrapbook paper. Good Lord, like I ain't, y'all, you just don't even understand. Way too much scrapbooking paper in my room. Yes, ma'am. And I'm going to take this piece here, and that may be what I take and just fold in half like this and make my belly bands, 2 of them out of. Or actually, I might just take and cut that in half, and that'll be my 4 belly bands that I need right there. You see what I'm saying? Well, there's our belly bands, y'all. Shoot. We just keep on messing around here. We're going to get this journal put together. Yep. Cut that down the middle. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Journal card, or belly bands. Heck yeah. Now we just got to ink it all and put it all together. And that's not going to be too bad. I do want to ink around some of this. Even though it's going to stand out around it, I don't know yet. Because the way that pops off of that background, you know what I'm saying, without the ink on it. Let's try this one here with the ink and see what we think before we start messing with stuff. Because, you know, if I put it on the blue, it's going to stand out. And then it's got the white edged border around it, and it's going to stand out. Yeah, so that kind of blends. Yeah, we may not ink this. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, see the white edged border that pops out from behind that. The ink edge kind of blends in, I think. Yep. Alright, so let me find my bee. We'll just switch them out. Alright, so now here's the difference. So you see how that stands out? When you put this one on there that's ink, it kind of blends in. You see what I'm saying? There it is side by side. Well, we've got to do it like this. You see what I mean? That pulls up, and that just kind of, the top and everything just kind of blends into that yellow. So I don't think I'm going to ink nothing. All right, we'll put that one in here. In the front, we know it's been inked up. Alrighty, y'all. That is our plan of action for the rest of a couple of days here. We're just going to work and get it done the best we can. And I'm going to have a ball making this. I think it's going to turn out great. I don't really think we need to do any masterboard of any sort. We just need to cut our scrapbook stuff down, put them on it. And these here, I probably will, you know, just the single tags ink around maybe. I don't really know. Let's look and see what it looks like on the background, because everything's going to be on this background. Yeah, see no, we ain't inking on none of that. None of that's going to be inked. I'm fine with that. We're just going to put toppers on them. And then all of this stuff over here is for our belly bands. To, you know, like collage up our belly bands with. That's what we're going to do with all of this stuff here. Yes, ma'am. Shut up, y'all. I'm so happy with this. Because I was like, oh, it's not going to do it justice. That's, you know, and I was like, yes, it is. Yeah, it is. Y'all just don't understand how excited I am. So I showed y'all the placement of the pockets, so I'm going to get off of here. And we know what we need to do with what. And then I'm going to sit here and I'm going to glue the pockets in tonight while I'm uploading this video, because we picked out the placement for all of those, and I think that is going to be great. Yep. So I'll do that while I'm sitting here loading this video up. And then I may try to get some of the that stuff cut. Okay. Yeah. We're doing great. All right, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good day.